Hi everyone, today I want to show you what are the mistakes that you should not make when you receive a beautiful hairpiece like this from Comme un Diadème to have a beautiful and natural and undetectable result. Because when I receive some photos of my customers wearing their piece for the first time, I often see the same mistakes that make the piece looks a bit weird on your head. So I am of course able to help you when I receive the photo and say to you, you should not put it like this or put it like this, do this, do this, do this to have perfect result. But I think it could be a great idea to share with you these mistakes, because if you don't do these 5 mistakes, the result will be beautiful. So first of all, I will let my beautiful alopecia like this, so I can try this beautiful Emma hairpiece that is on the website right now. It's Emma Watson color, of course, and I will show you what you should never do. First thing, never shorten your forehead. It's really not a good idea to do that, because even if you don't put it like this, because I know you're not stupid, but sometimes you want to hide your bald area, and it's normal that you want to hide this, but because you want to hide it, you put the piece just 1 or 2 millimeters too forward from the hairline, and it's not natural. Maybe you think it's okay when you see me, but trust me, it's not. Because I can see that it's not my real face, and maybe if I go like this on the street, no one will say to me, oh my god, you have a wig or you have a hairpiece, but I can see that it's not natural, and the human eye and the human brain is really intelligent. And without knowing what is the problem, he will understand that there is something weird on my face. And sometimes I see a lot of women wearing topper like this on Instagram, and maybe because I'm a brand owner, but it screams me topper, topper, topper. And I don't think it's a good idea, even for a woman knowing toppers a lot, that people, when they see you, directly see the topper. I'm sure that someone in the street will not notice, but I can see it, and I don't think this result on you. So, if you don't have a lot of hair, take your 3 hair, like this. Even if you have just 2, 3, it's okay. And if you really don't have this, take a lace piece. It will be a better option. A lace topper piece will be a better option because it will recreate a hairline, and put it just behind your hairline. It's almost the same position, but 2 millimeters different. And after you do this, and like this, nobody can see anything, because people looking at you will only see your hair. You see? It's your border. It's your extremity. Sorry, I'm a bit limited by my vocabulary, but I think you can understand the difference. It's just 1 or 2 millimeters, but like this it's not okay, and like this it is. And the second mistake I see a lot, and I think you can do this mistake if you have really a lot of hair here, and it's not my case, but sometimes I see this mistake on women that are like me. So you put, this time, because you don't want people to see the hairpiece, you put it too much behind the hairline, and it's a disaster, because you can see that I'm bald here, that it's not the same color and not the same density. And sometimes here you have enough hair, but it's not exactly the same color. So if someone is a bit attentive, a bit cautious, if someone is looking at you a lot, he will see that it's not the same color, even if you have a lot of hair. So, except if you have really a lot and it's exactly the same color and you put your hair behind like this, it's okay. But if not, it's not okay to put the topper like this. Even if you have a lot of hair here, it's not a good idea. Sometimes I met women wearing pieces from Comme Diadem that have a lot of hair here, and I can see directly the prosthesis. Normally, if a prosthesis is put correctly, even me, I should not be able to see it in 2 seconds. I should see it only if I search a lot. But if I met a woman and be able on the photo to say, yes, the prosthesis is here, it's not okay. Then, a mistake also, it's not really a mistake, it's not mistake, sorry for my vocabulary, but it's something that you do a lot because it's a new product and you don't know it, so it's normal, it's not easy. Even me, when I tried for the first time a hairpiece, I did everything. All these mistakes, I did it, so this is why I know that I should not do that, because I made these mistakes before. Another thing that I often receive in comments, in DM on Instagram or in mail is, the piece is moving too much. I think I don't have enough hair for a topper. And then when I receive this, I'm a bit confused, because I'm saying to myself, okay, there is 2 possibilities. Maybe this woman is really almost bald, like worse than me, and then okay, she needs a wig, but usually women asked me before to have advice, before order. It's usually the case. And if I said to her to take a topper, it should be okay, because if I said to this woman that the topper is okay for her, it's because she has enough hair. And so in this situation, I always ask, okay, send me a photo of your alopecia. If your alopecia is even like me or a bit worse, you should be able to wear a hairpiece. Hair toppers are constructed for women having alopecia. So it's constructed for women having very thin hair. So it should not move on your head, even if you have thin hair and not a lot of hair. But if you close the clip, you put the clip just like this and close it, there is not enough hair in the clip because you have alopecia. But it's not that you cannot wear a hairpiece. For wearing a hairpiece, when you have alopecia, it will be important so to open the clip, I don't know if you see, and to search for more hair by grabbing some hair far from the clip and closing it without hurting yourself. So it's important not to just clip like this, because even me, if I clip just like this, it will move because I didn't put the clip with enough hair inside. If I put enough hair, it should not hurt you, as I told you, but it will not move that way. You can see it moves a bit, but not that much. It's normal that it moves a bit. It's not a fusion with your head, so it's normal this, but no more than this. It should not be like a ovni or something like this that is moving too much on your hair. Not more than this. Then another mistake is when you put the piece like this. So it's important to put the part line on one side to break the symmetry and have a natural result, because if you put it like this, you maybe will be scared by the result, as you can see. But you put it like this, the part line is on one side, I already put it. And another mistake is to not stretch like this the base by taking the clip, searching air far from the clip and stretching the base. If you don't stretch it and clip locally like this, I put it worst way just for you to really understand, but you will have something that is of course moving, but you will also have another volume on your head, because the product will not take exactly the shape of your head. It's really important to stretch the base, to make the base having the same shape of your head, of your scalp, and only in this situation the result will be okay, because you will have hair just behind that will hide the prosthesis. Your bald area will be hidden by the prosthesis. You can also ask for curtain bangs or bangs. It will be easier because you won't have to think about the distance from the hairline. It's easier when you have curtain bangs, so you can ask in option on the website, or you can also ask your hairdresser to do it. And make the prosthesis having the same shape. And if you see, like this, I see that it's moving a bit too much, you take the clip again and you try again until it's perfect. Then last mistake is to imagine that with a hairpiece you will find your new hair again and become the one that you were 10 years before, without having at least a minimal psychological shock. Because yes, you have a lot of hair and sometimes you think it's too much, because in 1 second it adds you all the hair that you lose after sometimes 10 years. So it's something that is emotionally important to handle, and it's not that easy. So you will have to understand that you will have with this prosthesis a beautiful, a natural result, something that is really perfect if you want, but you need to trust the product, and you need also to understand that you will have to handle a new identity with your hair, because it will not be the exact same color, even if it's very close. It will not be the exact same texture, and with the hair prosthesis it will not be the exact same you, and you will be able, when you will see you in front of the mirror, to discover that it's not exactly you, because when I remove the piece I can see that there is a huge difference between me without and me with. And my identity with is a bit different than my that my identity without. So you will need to be able to handle this new identity with new beautiful hair that is different than your usual identity, that sometimes makes you suffer a lot. Because sometimes I can see women saying to me, I don't recognize myself, I don't have that much amount of hair usually. Yes, because you lose your hair, and this is why you want to buy a hair piece at first. So I understand that it's a lot of hair for 1 minute to another minute, but it's just normal quantity of hair. It's not too much. Some women in the street have this quantity on their head, and you don't think it's too much. It's the minimal quantity to have beautiful hair at the end, and something that is undetectable and that is quality product. But yes, you will have to handle this new identity. You will have to be able to understand that yes, it's a prosthesis and it will change you a bit for the better, I think. But you can also, if you want, stay like you are without any problem. Like I go like this in the street with my hair with elastic, and it's also okay. I can be the two people with beautiful hair when I want, and people with alopecia, and it's also okay. But you have to understand that when you will wear the prosthesis for the first time, it could be a great shock, big shock, psychologically, and that it will not be that easy to handle this new physical identity. It's not something that is magical, like, oh my god, I can't be myself anymore, I have new hair that are exactly like I was before. It's a prosthesis. It's exactly like when you have a prosthesis for a teeth that is not okay. It will never be the same that the other teeth. Maybe it will be a color that is a bit different. Maybe the texture will also be a bit different. If you smile, the result will be beautiful and natural for everyone, but if you see yourself in the mirror, maybe you will always be able to see that you have a face, tooth, I don't know, here. It's the exact same thing with hair prosthesis. The texture will be different, the color maybe will be a bit different. You can be perfect with it, trust me, as I can be perfect with it, but you have to trust the product, and if you want, of course, and you have to handle this new identity that could make you very beautiful with your hair, but you are also okay with that. So this is something that you must think about, maybe before buying the piece, but also when you receive it. And if you need to discuss about it when you receive the piece, you can, because at Command Diadem, you can discuss before, but also after the sale. I will be here to discuss with you about your doubts, about what you think, and give you an objective eye on what you are looking like with the hairpiece. Because if the result is not okay, I will say to you it's not okay, because it's not in my advantage to let you go out with a topper from my brand that is not perfect on you. It's not the goal. The goal is that you feel beautiful again and feel secure and find your trust again, because it's only in that situation that you will have that you will want to come back to me maybe 1 year later. So don't hesitate to come to see me or to send me a mail on the website, or DM me on Instagram, on social media, or on WhatsApp, and I will be able to help you before and also after the sale. See you soon in my next video.